Daith da, Obi Nagan. Welcome to podcast number 147. So last Friday we had an early start. We had Helen's funeral at Glyn Valley, and this is the different option. It's the next funeral up. So where some people choose for no one to go, where we do those at Glyn Valley, this option is where you're allowed up to 12 people roughly, and you're only allowed in the chapel for 10 minutes. But it's a nice way of, saying goodbye. You can have bits of music, or have a bit of reading of poetry or something. And we did have a lovely little service there on Friday. We had the music, and I did read a few little readings, and yeah, everything went well, really did. And I say that was for Helen from Bodmin. And then in the afternoon, we had dear Joe's funeral, also passed away in Bodmin as well. And it was a beautiful little service. It really was. So then Friday, we was out, believe it or not. We went to the Earl at Eglisale, which used to be called the Earl of St Vincent. And I wouldn't say it is the local pub because I'm kind of stuck in the middle, really. I suppose it's about the same distance apart. If I go out of my drive to the right, I got Slade's house at Slade's Bridge. And then if I turn left, go down into the village, I got the Earl at Eglisale, which used to be the Earl of St Vincent. And I expect a lot of you would remember dear Eddie and Anne Connolly. They run that pub for many years, and 'twas well known in the area because there was clocks everywhere. You went in, there was hundreds of clocks. I felt sorry for them when they had to change the clocks twice a year, I tell you. Or I suppose winding them up every day to keep them going, But I say they both sadly passed away, and 'tis new management in there now, and the clocks have all gone. Which I did say to somebody this week, I suppose really they was only there for the time. But there we are. The old ones are the best, I tell you. And the other one is, I don't expect they got much for them if they wanted to sell them, because they was all second hand. Boom, boom. But anyway, we went down to the Earl. Now, I was looking up, because 'tis brave and old, 'tis a 17th century pub down there, believe it or not. And we went there for the evening. We had a fantastic evening there. There was me and Beth, Al and Jane, and Matt and Josie. And we had some lovely food down there. I mean, the evening just flew by. Before you knew it, we was practically the last ones there. And we had a brilliant evening. It was really good. Now, thinking back, I can't remember what we did on Saturday. I don't think I did much work at all. Most probably walk the dogs and that. I really can't remember. But I do remember Sunday, because we went out on our push bikes again, and we cycled out and actually went to Foy. And we took a little bit of a detour on the way, and we went, now I've got to get the name of this church right. I don't know, there's too many M's and I's and what in this one. Hang on a minute, I'll stop this a minute and practice. Right, here goes. I'm thinking it's Tregaminion Church. Now, I might be wrong. And 'twas a fantastic little church. I tell you what, in the middle of nowhere. So I went down and had a look at it. 'Twas locked, so you couldn't get in. I thought I'd go round the back to see the churchyard, and there was no churchyard, which was really strange. But I did put photos on my Facebook page, my personal one. Lovely, 'twas lovely. And then we went down into Foy, had a good geck around there, which was brilliant. Took a few photos again, and then made our way back. We went under Luxillian's viaduct there, up through Luxillian, and 'twas proper. I think the last thing we needed was coming past the Eden Project. You see the sign, you're approaching a hill, and it's 14%, which I didn't really want to see that, but everything went fine. All was well. Monday was a fairly busy day. I mean, on the whole, we are fairly quiet at the minute. But Monday we was in Glyn Valley with Joyce's funeral there from St Teth. Our hearse and limo was out on Ayr. We had interment of ashes and that. So it was a fairly busy day. But I tell you what, I was rough as router. I went down this stomach bug and I wasn't too good at all. As Monday went on, I actually went home I would say about 3 o'clock and went to bed. I was feeling that rough. Tuesday, I managed to get back into work. We had an early funeral, which I didn't go on anyway, one of the 8:30 funerals. And again, our limo was out on hire. But I was still pretty rough Tuesday, but I was improving, which was good. And then today, because it's actually Wednesday, I'm recording this today. I'm ahead of the game. But today we had dear Mike's funeral. You would have seen it on our webpage and that was Mike Hewitt. And very well known, very well liked. Any of you listeners that listen to the podcast, regularly, you would have heard Mike because he did 3 episodes with me last year. And I did look it up. If anybody wants to listen to it again or listen to it the first time, the first episode was the 26th of October. Second one was the 2nd of November and then the 9th of November. And I think that was about 111, 111, 112, 113, something like that. But you can troll back through and you can find them. But it was so sad because, as Mike mentioned in his podcast, he had suffered a bit with his health over the last few years. When his operation went wrong, he had to have his leg amputated after an infection and everything. But he was such a strong character. And then he just had a very brief battle with cancer come the end, and that was it. But we had a brilliant service today. The weather was with us, which was brilliant. And if you can remember Mike's podcast, his life was working with wood and with boats. And what better way for Mike to turn up today at Glyn Valley than being towed by one of their works 4x4s in a boat. His coffin was there in a boat and it looked fantastic. And I know that's what he wanted and he would have loved it. He really would. There was an issue with I think Charlie said it was called a stud axle on the way in, which made things interesting, but everything went perfectly. Absolutely did. But it was a lovely send-off for Mike. We'll really miss him. And a very humble man, really. One thing he never mentioned to me, which I didn't realise when I did the podcast, was that he actually had the MBE. A very modest man. And I know he will be sorely missed. So we did have a lovely send-off today for dear Mike. While I'm talking about things to do with boats and that, I know I've been threatening for the last week or two to talk about this coracle that I saw. I did put a photo on our RJ Bray Facebook page a week or two ago now. You might have to troll back through a little bit. This coracle I saw in St Izzy Church. Now, 'tis said that St Petroc landed at Treadwell in 518 AD in a coracle. Now, he was Welsh. I think then he went to Ireland for a while, but ended up over here. I think the tides brought him to Treadwell. And he was associated with a monastery down there at Padstow, which was named after him actually, Petroc Stow, Petroc's Place, Padstow. But then he also went to Bodmin, so we got St Petroc's Church there in Bodmin, and we got St Petroc Minor at Little Petherick. So around our area, there's a strong connection with St Petroc, who came over in this coracle. But if you have a look on the photo on our Facebook page, you'll see what I'm talking about. So because we have been quiet, every so often we do this, we actually go through the historical ashes that we still look after here, going back decades, and I mean decades. I think, if I'm right, 1973, I think the ashes go back to that we look after. And it's a thing nationwide. I might have said about it before. I did read last week there's over 300,000 sets of people's ashes at funeral directors that haven't been claimed by the families for one reason or another. So we've started ringing again this week. We've contacted quite a few families, which is good, and just had the conversation, do you know what you'd like to do with them? We're happy still to look after them, sort of thing. But the problem we're coming up with, and this is how the world have changed, is that I would say these days the people that ring us and that we got arrangements for next of kin is nearly all mobile numbers. But if you go back 10 years and before, most of them are landlines. And what we're coming up against, the problem, is that you're ringing these landlines and they've disconnected. So we're putting this plea out now again. If anybody thinks they've got ashes still of a relative, we're looking after them. They're safe, but get in touch. I know the government is looking in what to do about this problem because, I say, nationwide, it is it's quite common. Right, well, I think that's it for me this week. I'll now hand over to the second part of the recording that I had with me Nan and Grampy and John and Sheila Trethui. And it's been brilliant. I've had such lovely comments about this. People loving it for different reasons because they love hearing the Cornish accents or the old place names, the old people being named sort of thing. So I'm sure you'll enjoy this one too. Like I said, I apologise for the sound quality because I had to whack it up because it was quite faint because it was recorded, I think, on an old cassette player. And you got this buzz, this hum underneath. Our dear mate, Phil Tremaine, St. Column, he said you can get onto the internet to companies that will improve the quality of the sound. And I think that's something I'll have to try and do with the master copy. But as far as this week's go, I'm going to stick with what I've done before because I ain't got time to do anything else, really. And I hope you can make it out anyway. I loved it. I'd listened to it and I thought it was proper. So I hope you do too. And then I'll speak to you directly with me Cornish word of the week and me Cornish dialect. So here it is.
Well, we used to go down there for Christmas. And Christmas Eve, we used to have a real good time because we used to be able to walk down that Falcon and back, see, because they lived halfway up Morgan Hill.
This was the Morgan.
It was Morgan, this was it. And we were, at that time, they had 2 cottages put into one, and the bottom one was let because they were sitting tenants, see, they were waiting for them to get out. Well, anyway, what was it called? Niall. What was it called? Wilfred. 1 o'clock in the morning. It was awful cold. There was ice. They had a great big cider press in the front of the door, in the front.
For a fish pond.
For a fish pond. And he was all frozen over. And he and Fred was out there standing on this dance and singing carols.
We better go in there for the stay in a minute.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Started singing carols and Wilfred.
Said, come in. But there was, everybody wasn't there. Said, for supper. 24. I dare say, because that's what it used to be, 24 or 30 or something like that. See, Braves used to put in the big extensions in their big table.
The table, you put a handle in there and wine, and then he would open up in the centre.
And then you put pieces about that in, you know, and he would take, he'd take 80 by the time if she put it all in. And he'd come in, and he went around to everybody's plate and cut off the fat off all her meat.
Well, over to Fred, I said, I better cut yours off. You weren't safe to have a knife. Oh, those are crushing going to them.
Oh, dear.
Now.
Oh, he's a lovely times, really.
There's no place out in Morgan.
Yeah. She sold a big house now.
Yeah, a long time to get rid of it.
Oh, yes, over a year. Well, see, 3 of them. 3 people was going to have and they all let her down because, well, it is always the same, isn't it? It's a vicious circle. Because if you can't sell this, you can't afford, or if we couldn't sell that, we couldn't afford this. And
it's a chain, isn't it?
It's a chain, yes. And but it's gone now anyway.
You warm up, Marion?
Yes, I do.
You sure?
She managed to sort her bungalow out. She had a lot of problems with it, didn't she?
Oh, can't wait. She got out all new floors in and all sorts and rebuilt 12 months, yeah. Wicked.
Sid, you want to top up?
No, I know.
Marion?
No, lovely, there's a John, thanks.
I don't drink much on this winter time. I used to have a tot of whiskey every evening. I found out that when I got in bed, I was getting colder and colder.
Yeah, they say that, don't they?
Yeah.
They did that on telly, though, didn't they?
It throws all the blood to the surface.
Yeah.
We was always told that in ambulance. Never give whiskey.
But we used to have some fun down there. 4 years ago. This was before the Falcon was modernised. It was slag, slag floors. And what was it called? So it used to be Jim Fry used to be the landlord down there.
Okay.
And anyway,
But you'll be.
in summertime you could never get in there, see for holiday makers. Chuck a block in it. And Fred would go down, regardless of who or what, and go right through once, right up to the bar. Wonder anybody had on the black eye.
Well, when I was in Springfield in Newquay there,
Yeah.
you saw one here, one of the fishing ships up there, that old home, but we were going to
They're down the walls, aren't they?
So we went out and going down the street and I said, get away, open the put it in there, but look at the queue there. And I think he's fixed out there and waits all that lot. So he said, oh, you went on there, I'll get some chips for it. So you ran right past the bloody queue and right in and asked what he wanted and come out. Never turned there.
Couldn't do that, could you?
No, I couldn't.
No, I
No,
couldn't do that yet.
you didn't care.
No, we.
No.
If he wasn't so untidy, he was.
Oh, he was terrible.
you know,
She
but-
put his clothes. She drove a bag for him. Would he get in and no? And he put on a clean shirt over a dirty one.
Yeah, we went down there one day and Glenn said, well, you can't go and do that shirt on Fred. You'll be upstairs, you go, put another bugger on over. There you go.
You said the best of clothes. You know, when the Dax trousers and all that, Dax brand, and you know, they was damn dear trousers. And yet, you know, that overcoat in there. 3/4 like an officer's kind of like pony coat. He burned everything he had. Couldn't go straight like this here or find his legs here or drop it down like this here, and he burned everything he had. Oh, he was terrible. Terrible. Oh,
But you can't like him, I mean,
the tidiest man I ever
one
seen.
thing about him, he was straight.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't tell
And he
you.
wasn't foolish by any means. No matter
Never
what you
tell a
talked
lie,
about,
no,
you
yeah.
Fred could talk about it, you know. Oh, yeah, he was nobody's fool. Oh, he wasn't. Never cleaned his shoes very often, wouldn't do them up. Couldn't do it. Shoes all undone. You'd be ashamed to be seeing them sometimes. We used to say to when we used to go down to the Conservative Club. They were members, and they could take us in, you know, and just do our shopping and go down club and have a drink, and then we'd come out and go in at party or something, you know.
They used to take small beer from or do something. They said, well, I'm going way back now. So then we used to walk up and get in the kind of car and they're leaving. Ed said, now, you want some? They'll start to talk, they'll win from him. He said, don't matter if we're just two. As soon as ever you go to come away, the others must have started to talk.
Yeah.
So he got in the car. He opened the door. And she got one foot in, he went away. She had the door rolled one
Oh,
leg.
it was awful. Oh, he was.
Oh, he was a bird.
He was one of twins. You've never seen any more unlike twins than two brothers. You're like, Jack was much quieter and always very tidy. And well, I tell you, he married. You know the Curtises on Roach?
Yeah.
Topsy Curtis?
No, I suppose that's the same
Oh, she'd be
relation.
older than that. so-
Yeah, well, of course.
Same relation as Rex Curtis. got a
I expect
family.
so. Eh?
Well, Curtis out, there was Curtis out on Honey Road.
Yeah, that's
Woods
right.
Wetmore
It
way.
used to be that way. Used to be that way.
There was a
But
Curtis.
she lives down Town Creek. No, where's it? Toxley. I wonder the top.
Sherlock.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up from
But
Bowden Lake or something.
yeah, Fred's twin brother married she. But two more, they were a bit alike. Jack was very tidy man.
He was both up there, don't
Yeah.
Some organ have changed already, many do. When we got in some organs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we was in there one summer when they had Colonel Brass in the garden centre. They had some organ out drum way.
Oh, yonks go.
Yeah, I know it was. No, there's Just different people that all together, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I remember we used to go down years ago, the whole pub was really old fashioned.
Yeah.
The flagstones, you know, on the
Well,
old fashioned.
they got the same up Rising Sun of over and on.
Yeah.
Still got the flagstones up there. There's proper country probably going to play, you know. I mean, when I used to go rambling with my Penadetics boy.
Oh,
Used to
yeah.
go rambling with thigh boots on and that, riding and shit and mugging, stroll riding, sniffer parkins in order to have a pint of highlight. Right, boy? Right, boy? You know what Ray was like. And, but, you know, there are very many pubs you can do that now.
No. No, it is surprising.
Yeah, then done me.
Couldn't do it
I'm
down
doing
there.
them, done me.
May have a bloody heart attack and done that down
I've
there.
been down here for years. Well, we have been in there. A couple of years ago we went in a little tiny little room. It was nice, wasn't it?
They got it and all shut it down now.
Have they?
Well, they've made it to one.
Oh, man.
All into one big bar now.
We have been over for ages of
I
it.
always remember, I don't know, to somebody's birthday, and Ron rang up. I said, oh, well, we had a chicken in basket, you know. Oh, yes, certainly. Yeah, when we went there, they never had any chicken off. Didn't they? No, I don't know.
How long ago was that, man?
It was when the new landlord came there first. But you won't get a better meal anywhere. Better than down the Swan down Woodbridge. Marvellous meal,
I've already said that before.
Oh, wonderful meal. Wonderful meal.
Value for money, you know.
Pardon?
The pub meal is value for money.
Oh, very much so. Last Thursday we went down there, dinner time, or you know, in the morning, and we went down to Swan and had dinner, and it was the special. It was
Today's special.
today's special was gammon, chips or potatoes,
Chips or mashed potato.
yeah, and peas, pineapple, and my girl, just two bright bits of gammon like that. Cake, $1.20.
Wow, that's cheap.
That was the day's special.
Go now.
You can't touch them. You can't touch
I don't
them.
think so. We went
Well,
down.
You could have chips and oh my platter. You never. I said to Gene, I told him never eat
We
them.
usually,
He said always got out and eat
yeah,
chips.
we usually, when we go down to Troy, we usually stop in Wheeling, down to Zillion.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, you get a lovely meal in there. I ain't saying this is as cheap as that. This is
Yeah.
£2.50 in it, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
But last time I always have gammon as a rule, and last time I had gammon, usually it was bloody handsome, but last time it was awful. Wasn't she?
Yeah, kind of like
Dried up,
it
it wasn't very nice. But we went in there 3 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago.
4 nights ago, and I had haddock, no. And, two lovely big pieces of fish from it. Lovely to it.
I had a jam salad and I had 3 pieces, a bit of piece of cold ham, not a bit of fat on it, was it?
Well, yeah, beautiful bars.
I have to try it one day, Sheila.
Oh, it is lovely. It is really lovely. And it is pretty busy. And I mean, we always go, we go out eat down for evening, and we always go Swan and have a meal. Because you can have, well, they got a proper menu, you know. Jean and I always used to have place and chips.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
peas and with lemon and all that, lovely. Beautiful for the place. And then once or twice, I like gammon, I'm very fond of gammon. And then you have gammon and a fried egg on top. And your chips and peas.
Gammon, egg and chips and beef.
And that's what you had this week from that?
That's a bread.
Oh, it's as much as you need. It really is as much as you need. But it's just remarkable how they can do it. Well, man, down there Thursday, we had to wait for a table. Just chuck a block in the bar.
Just go to show how pubs have changed over the last 20 years, no?
Yeah.
I mean, how many pubs used to do meals 20 years ago?
Oh, if you went in and had a bit of cheese, bread and cheese, you was looking, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, they've changed a hell of a lot.
But
Well, that's all there was.
well, they had
30 years ago.
what she called the missus, Ollie's missus, and the 2 girls was going as fast as could go in the kitchen, wasn't they?
Of course, the thing is now, I mean, people don't, 20 years ago.
But you wouldn't dream of going in a pub for a meal, would you?
No, it was
But now
going for
you
a
see-
pint and having fish and chips.
Yeah.
But then like it now, is it? You have a pint.
And you have a meal in there.
Exactly.
They,
Well, then you have to get fish and chips or nine done.
You could.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember fish and chips with
6 months of
strappers.
fish and Travis and 3 pounds of chips. God damn it, what you can get away with.
When we was young, Pascoe's, old Mr. Pascoe was living then, we used to have fish and chips for threepence. Pan of piece of fish tuppence and pan of chips. And as much as you could eat.
I said, well, man, I said, your turn, what is it then? I said, oh, fish and chips, please. You going to eat them here or take them with you? I said, both.
Yeah.
Because I'm very tight.
Oh, yeah,
I'd bite them in a minute.
oh yeah.
You would.
He
Yeah.
was dear old man. I mean, he was the father of, well, of course, Alan's dead now. But he was the grandfather of the boy that's in your name. Oh, roast chicken and chips or something. Oh, that's it. We went up Saturday. I wanted some cream, and I said, let's go up so far as the liver and get some cream. And I said, let's go on and have chicken and chips for dinner.
Well, there we go. And I think that's where the tape run out. But it was brilliant. I hope you loved it. I really did. And Nan there talking at the end about chicken and chips. Cause that takes you back. You go out and you have chicken in the basket. Chicken and chips. So I thought for me Cornish word of the week, I would do that for chicken or chicken meat. And that is kigyar. Kigyar. Now, for me Cornish dialect of the week, again, this is one, I don't know if this is just in Cornwall or it is throughout the country, I'm not too sure. But Mother was talking last week and the phrase she used was, what a bloody codge up. And codge up is if you put something together, you make something or you repair something, but the quality isn't very good, it's very sloppily done or something. You'd say, oh, what a codge up that is. And like I say, it might be throughout the country, I don't know, but it's definitely down here. So, yeah, what a bloody codge up, which a lot of people might think about this podcast, to be honest, every week. But there we are. We won't go there. So that's what 'tis for this week. Right, well, I'm going to leave you there, and I will speak to you again next week. So, wish ye well, do Guinness, Curnovis Ficken.